God, it's cold. Good evening and welcome to another Wraggys Taproom from an absolutely freezing cold day. And yeah, today I'm drinking Wye Valley Brewery beer. So Wye Valley Brewery, close to Wales, not quite in Wales, but certainly close. And this first beer that I'm going to sample is HPA. I will read it when I can find my magnifying glass. And it says here, HPA is a truly delightful pale ale, smooth on the palate and boasts a citrus hop aroma, leading to a balanced, bitter finish. Locally grown Target and Celia hops, plus malted wheat and extra pale Maris Otter malted barley, make this a bottle-conditioned beer with all the right ingredients. 4%. So yeah, HPA. And oh my gosh, it's cold. Not the best day to be a gardener. Wet, cold, miserable. Right, let's crack open the beer. Early doors tonight. To be honest, I didn't think I was actually going to even do a live because I just don't feel very well. But pushed myself to the limit today at work, and yeah. HPA. I'll just move that camera angle slightly. There we go. That's better. So as we can see, good carbonation on this. Golden looking pour. Good evening, Bramall. Hey mate, rough as hell. So I'm at work. Oh, Jesus, nearly dropped my glass. Lovely malty aroma on this. Oh, nice bite. So yeah, I conquered the last of my tasks at one of my workplaces. So that's good. And then tomorrow I'm going to conquer another bloody task. Good evening, Barry. How are you? So it's 5 to 3. I'm at work. About 5 to 3. And I goes around to make sure the bin men have been and emptied the bins. And I already know that the armed police are doing like a training exercise next door in the farm. So I goes round to the bins. Next minute, bear in mind I've got all my grey on because I'm in waterproofs. You in the grey, armed police. I'm like, the fuck? And I looked, oh fuck off, and I just carried on walking. I looked behind again, and there's about 5 or 6 of them all stood there with the rifles and that. I thought, fucking hell. And obviously they're the people that walk around with them to make sure they don't actually shoot anybody wrong were there, and they must have been there. And the time I drove off, they'd already gone. But I thought, fucking hell, could you imagine? Good evening, Mark. You got blisters on your hands? Yeah, my hands are good actually, to be fair. Been painting the bar today. So not been at work then today? No. With mine being pallet, I'm not going to bother. Just let it age, you know. But obviously, and you can't really see anything because with all these beer mats and whatnot in the way, you don't really see much. So, Wye Valley Brewery. I always thought it was a Welsh brewery, but it's not. It's in Herefordshire. So I actually googled it today. Could have sworn somebody told me it was actually Welsh. Hands that do dishes. Bear in mind, I do wear gloves. Good evening, Henry. Yeah, I do wear gloves when I'm at work. You have to, you know. You just knacker your hands up if you don't. But like today, because it's so chuffing wet today, that the gloves got ruined. You know, halfway through the day, I had to ditch my main pair of gloves and jump back onto the other. Back at work tomorrow. I'm in work tomorrow, but I'm off Friday. Catching up on all my holidays. Are you self-employed then? I always find being self-employed tough, isn't it? Because obviously taking days off work is costing you. Good evening, Jack. and a bit of an early doors one here. You know, the wife's out at exercise classes or whatever it is she goes to, and I thought, well, I'll come down there. Started early, finished early. Okay. Come down the shed, do a beer, bit of a beer review chat thing, and just have a bit of chill. I need to. I got banned off bloody Facebook earlier. Good evening, Mr. Hobhouse. Working this weekend. Ooh, not easy, is it? I mean, I think I'm working Saturday this week, so I'm back. I'm near enough back to doing a 6-day working week. I mean, yesterday, 10.5 hours working. Today, 8. So, but yeah. So Scott posted something earlier. Our man Scott and Wanda posted about something about being banned because of Putin, or something he said about Putin or something along them lines. So I turned around and said, yeah, Putin wants hanging, and except there's an uprising. And then I got about 10 minutes later, I got banned for 24 hours. Miserable bastard. Lime Tree South Australian white from the co-op. I don't fancy getting big glasses. No. I'll do enough work as it work. Yeah. So I'm going to classes as well. No, she's got a mate, and they go, and because we're doing our renewal of our wedding vows next year, I think she's using that to push herself to get even more fit. She's fit as she is, but you know, like most women, they're never happy with their body. But then, or any of us really, you know, you can look at yourself in the mirror and not be happy. For me, it depends what mirror I look in. But yeah, some mirrors look great. I look and think, it's still looking good. Other mirrors, I think, Jesus Christ, you old bastard. But there you go. So HPA, I had this before from, I think it was Asda, some time ago. Our man Dave, Mr. Goathead, brought me this from his neck of the woods. So it must be on the Welsh border, I presume. I actually thought it was a Welsh beer, especially Buttyback. I always thought it was a Welsh beer, the old Buttyback there. Good evening, Steve. How are we? What a cold, miserable, bloody day. The pre-review part. Wow. I'll have to try and remind myself. I've got the crappiest memory going. I know some mirrors you can look great in, and others you can look and think, oh, not good. And sometimes with photos, sometimes you can get a photo and you're looking proper decent. And then other times you look and you think, oh, look at the state of me. I mean, obviously, I'm in my winter clothes. So, good evening, Benjamin. Yes, mate. No. I'm going to do a review later. You did a live review, Wraggys. Oh, rightio. Any chance of sending me the link, Steve? Or I'll try and remember later. Yeah, and I'll post it on my social media. Well, when I'm back on, because I kind of got kicked off, banned from Facebook 24 hours. Good evening, Paul and Kevin. So yeah, try to keep away from the news today. Watching the news is just depressing. Good evening, Dave. How are you, mate? Drinking your beers at last. Finally getting around to drinking them. Did it refill? Right. Yeah, God, I was going there. Yeah, so to try and calm myself down on the old anxiety front, I took my old iPod to work today, and I've been listening to Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring, the music. Jesus Christ. I had this one song come on, and I was this fucking song. I didn't realize it was the same. I didn't realize it was on repeat. I'm listening for about an hour thinking, fucking hell. I'm sure this is the same, and it actually was the same. Good evening, Lee. And yeah, I got banned from I've been banned from Facebook for 24 hours to saying that Putin needs to be hanged and we need a Russian uprising. And yeah, obviously Facebook don't like that. There's swines, eh? Hey. First one you've done. I'll keep an eye out for it, mate. Yeah. Always like to share anybody who does a Wraggys review on the channel. You know, it's my way of giving a little bit back as well. Letting people know. Hopefully they'll rebrew Wraggys this year. Obviously we're coming up to spring. Well, you wouldn't think so today, but we're coming up to spring and hopefully then summer. If we're still here, obviously, you never know in this life at the moment. But let's look on the positive side. I hope the Ukrainians give it to bloody Russia. I hope the weapons get through to the Ukrainians that all the Europe are sending. Because if they do, then that will wipe the smile off the Ruskies' faces. It's funny, isn't it, with these beers? Hmm. Yeah, it just makes you wonder, doesn't it? How they picked up on a bloody, obviously anything to do with Putin and certain words, and they're on your back. Pardon my French. Well, I mean, for me, I hope the Ruskies sorted. You're not telling me that somebody in Russia, one of their KGB, who's looking and thinking, and take it into his own hands to nobble him. But although if he goes any further, then he is in the shitstorm. But yeah, I mean, oh, so freezing cold day today. 99% chance of rain today. Great. Tomorrow, 83% chance. Eh? So it says anyway. Heineken big bottle. I don't mind Heineken. I used to drink Heineken as my main lager at the time. That and Mansfield Bitter, to be fair. Brains Dark. No, I don't think he's that daft, is he, Benjamin? I mean, he might be a senile old bugger, but I don't think he's that daft because he knows that everyone's waiting for that moment so they can go in and absolutely wipe the floor of his troops. And yeah, I don't think he's that daft. But fair play to the Ukrainians for putting up some good resistance. Um, but let's hope our weapons get to them, anti-tank, anti-air missiles, because take out a few of their bloody planes, tanks, and God knows what else. Mansfield Bitter used to be great, mate, at one stage. Now it's owned by Marston's. Nowhere near the same. Crap compared to what it used to be. Yeah. Yeah, religion, land, oil. The world is a strange place, isn't it? Well, they just can't get on and drink a beer. Hey. I would think the anti and the weapons. Did the American not ever go ahead with that Star Wars thing that can wipe out missiles in the air? I always thought they had that. I mean, I remember that from when Ronald Reagan was around. Unless I'm obviously thinking of the wrong thing. Yeah, I don't think we'll go down that route anyway. I don't think it's that stupid to go down that route. And plus, at the moment, all his money's been held by the. This is the great thing about the world, how it changes, because it's a digital world and all that. Russian companies have had their fate, been wiped off the map with their shares, and then the rubles fallen well down. Yeah, and so on that side of things, it's all good, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, log cabin built in your garden. Fair play there. Fair play. Klingons not that hard. Newport on Saturday to try some new beers. We're supposed to be going out this week. We're supposed to be. Oh, it failed, did it? Ew. What we need is a pallet cabin. Yeah, it is nowadays. Lots of pallets. Not going to blow away, that's for certain, because of the weight of this room. And got the fire on 2 bars. It's nice and warm as well. And I need to be warm, to be fair. Have you got a wood burner in your log cabin? I've always fancied getting a log burner, but it's too much hassle now. Now I've put the plasterboard up and the foil, you know, uh, insulation layer, and then you go through the flipping roof. Wye Valley, yes, a nice beer from them. It was HPA. Rodney's Nuclear. I don't remember that episode, to be honest. Yeah, I wasn't really a big fan of the Only Fools and Horses. I think the only one I remember vividly is the one where they had that water that, wasn't it radioactive water? Something wrong with it. It lit up in the dark or something. And that was about the only one I really, truly remember. But great comedians, you know, a great series. It's a shame the Snow not doing it because we all need a laugh, don't we? These times. Yeah, getting out and drinking some cask. I'm hoping to do that this weekend. Saturday we're on about going out down to the other part of the city in Beeston, on the outskirts of Nottingham. Some good craft beer pubs there. True, Benjamin. One with the chandelier. I don't know that one. 40 bags. What I've got next on the list. So it's a bit like a evening. Oh, nearly missed that comment, mate. Drive home listening to reggae, eh? Oh dear. Oh, the Red Willow. Yeah, that was a nice beer last night. Never heard of the brewery before. It's interesting that your own brewing can match what they're doing. That is good. I think today's homebrew, both in grain and certainly in kit form as well, is very comparable to commercial, especially the more expensive. Krups machine. I was looking at one of them keg things at Own Bargains, but would I drink that much to make it viable? And the answer is no. I don't drink that much of any one beer to make it viable. Wild Horse Brewing Co. Is the missus going up, mate? Or is it just your tot on your Todd? She going up for the day? Bottom of Rick Mail. Talking of Rick Mail, apparently there's going to be an extended version of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone with Peeves. Peeves was voiced by Rick Mail. So the cut as it is now is 2 hours 32. They're going to re-add back in the other 28 minutes with Peeves in, which I think is great. I absolutely hate it. You know, I understand when they go to cinema having lowering it down to make it, good to the masses. But you imagine doing that with all the Harry Potter films. Bloody horse. It means buddy boy, does it? Mm. Harry Potter's your worst nightmare. You ever watched the extended Lord of the Rings film? They're brilliant as well. Yeah. Doing Saturday and Sunday up there. Ooh, 7 days last week. Oh, fair play, mate. Problem is, good evening, Scott. Hey, so I commented on your bloody thing where you was moaning about being banned or being censored. And I just post took down, and I commented about Putin, about hanging him and that, and about a Russian revolution. They got banned for 24 hours. Bastards. Pardon my friend. But yeah, 7 days a week. You see, anybody in the trade who's good, the work's flying, isn't it? And you've got to there's a balance between taking it and thinking, no, twats in there. So that's not like knowledge. You don't like Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings? Good films. But we all like what we like, don't we? I mean, I'm an ally. The Marvel films, Star Wars, Marvel's Eternals. I watched it for the third time the other night, and I actually fact check. That's what Facebook. Good on you, mate. Challenge that them bands. I ain't had the ability to challenge my band. Yeah, it's bubbly. How are you? You can't avoid it. They don't pay for itself, mate. Not when it's expensive. I mean, we're renewing our vows next year, so you know how much weddings and stuff cost. Not cheap affairs. I mean, I'm having a wedding in my workplace, simple for the reason, not that I'm a tight bastard, but I'm having a wedding at my workplace because it means so much to me, and I want everyone to see it. But bloody hell, the cost! It's like we've got to pay all our bills. God knows what gas and electric are going to cost soon. So, you know, we've both got to work a bit extra to put money in the bank above and beyond what we'd normally pay out. You broke with this wedding. I know what you mean, mate. We need to put at least anything between £100 and £200 away a week, which isn't easy, you know. Not easy at all. But, you know, I want to do it. And then, I mean, a lottery win would be nice, you know, because let's be fair, we all want a lottery win, don't we? But I tell you what, if I got a lottery win, I'd go big. I'd have a mini beer festival, invite a shed load of people up if they want to come, and make it into a proper beer fest. Hey, but you can all dream, can't we? Yeah. It'll end up being a few casks on the bar, little mini kegs. No, it's not cheap. Herbie Wright again, 1975. I used to like the Herbie films, to be fair. Not bad films. I used to like the Carry On films, but the wife won't watch them. Yeah, she don't like Carry On, and she does not like James Bond, which is a shame because I actually used to like the James Bond films. Mini beer festival. Could you imagine? Like, lots of drunken beer reviewers doing beer reviews. Oh God, that'd make some live as well, wouldn't it? The Raggy Fest. Oh, I'll tell you what. It's all down to money. I mean, I ain't got the money to grow big at the moment, but if I was able to win the lottery and money where money's no problem, I'd go big. Yeah, mate. Yeah, they aren't cheap, are they? See, there's a lot of stuff we'll do ourselves. Like they say to us, all the florists, they're like 600 quid, and I'm like, fuck your florist, I'm a gardener, and you know damn well I'm tapping up some of the local breweries. You never watch a whole film? Oh, fair play. Never watched the whole film. I mean, I'm hoping to tap them up for some collabs as well, but you know, try it. Don't try, don't get. But yeah, it should be a good one. And don't fancy doing a speech again though. When we first got married, I didn't even know the bride, you know, the bridegroom, the bridegroom, the bloke anyway, whatever his fucking name is, the person who's marrying the bridegroom. Yeah. I didn't even know the bridegroom had to make a speech. So I'm pissing myself, laughing at my best man. He's stressed out of his fucking face. Don't drink at your wedding. Hey, last time my wedding, I drank all day long. That's still good, and I do mean good in all ways. Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't pissed out of my face. I know what to drink and what not to drink. But Eternals, you have to watch Eternals, mate, when you're wide awake. Yeah, making your own stuff for the wedding. Mark, that's what I'm going to do. I'm a gardener. I've got 3 acres of land at the site I'm getting married. You damn well know that I'm going to plant a shitload of flowers this year, so that next year I'll just go and rob a load of flowers out of all the shrubberies. Jobs are good. I'm not messing about. Yeah, I'm not paying for flowers when I grow them. Yeah, drunk all day long, couldn't remember shit. Is that you? Too pissed to say your vows. Are you doing any Duvel on the day, mate? A couple of Duvels, 6 or 7, 8 or 9, 10. Might have a beer soon. Fair play, fair play. I know it's a tad early in the day for a beer, but got to. What it's all about. You got a cask of beer on as well. What was the cask? I I was having drinks all day long, and even before I went to the before I went to the reg, because we got married in the registry office, and I'd already had a couple of glasses of rum before I went in for nerves. Yeah, Duvels. Oh, you're doing your own vows. Yeah, so the woman who's doing the actual marriage thing, celebrant, they call her, whatever that is. Duval, the ABV, 8.5, isn't it, Duval? Yeah, the celebrant was saying, I charge 600 quid. I'm thinking, fucking hell, 600 quid for about 20 minutes work. That is some markup per hour. I'm in the wrong job. I need to be a celebrant. And here's Chucky Bum here and Chucky Chi, and now they're getting married. Yeah, yeah. 600 quid later. Ka-ching. Not to drink a Duvel all day. You stick to 4%ers, you can go a whole day drinking and not get drunk. It's only when you start mixing big imperials in, then it goes downhill quickly. Yeah, you did, mate. Yeah, yeah. I mean, Simon got to 7, and that other bloke, I reckon his wife was drinking them all. Yeah, he's wide awake. She's steaming. I've got my wedding day, my wedding on YouTube. I put it on my YouTube channel. Went from VHS. Yeah, I've watched the video. Scott's Duvel. I love you, Mark. You're a good bloke, Mark. I love you. Is he still doing beer reviews? So beer reviews. I've not heard or seen anything of him for a long, long while. You did well to get to 10. I just don't know how you did it. I mean, I did fucking 7. Um, uh, what are they? What are they called now? Old Tom? I can't remember what they're called now, but I did 7. And one mistake I did was eating the big dinner beforehand. I ate the big dinner and then came down the shed at 5 minutes later. Not a good idea. Your belly's already full. And I did it, so I went longer. He did get taken down for a while. I think he's still up. I'm not seeing out of him. But then again, I don't think I don't see a lot of certain beer reviewers any day. You couldn't do 2. I could do probably 5 or 6, but I don't think I could do 10. Good evening, SBG. Yeah, I wanted to soak up the beer, but the only problem was I had that much food beforehand, started drinking, and belly's already full. So obviously the beer's getting soaked up, but I'm getting more bloated than bloated. Comes to 7, I could not literally drink anything more, and then I puked outside the shed. Yeah, all good, all good. So really enjoyed that from Wye Valley Brewery. Lovely traditional beer. You know when you've got a cold, Steve should chug 10 Duvel. He'll be jumping downstairs, he will. He'll be living up to his stuntman thing. It's a pity you're not near Nottingham, Steve. I'd give you some of my own brew. That'll sort it out. I've got some absolutely cracking own brews. Fair play. Yeah. It'd be Stuntman Steve the second. To be fair though, Stuntman Steve now, it's like a legendary thing, isn't it? You don't ever wanna change your name now. Your channel name. No, you've got to keep it as Stuntman Steve because it goes down as legend. You got something a bit worried to drink. Bollockings I've been getting through drinking too many big beers. Yeah. I'm not doing so bad at the moment. Throw himself out the window, fair play. But yeah, I'm not doing so bad at the moment. There was a course last year when I was getting one bollocking after another bollock. Do you get bollocking, Scott? Just out of curiosity, off the one. And Barry, do you get bollockings if you're still around? I can't be the only bugger who gets bollockings. Jesus Christ. Yeah, red cards. Prune juice. I might have to do a prune juice rebrew for next year. Could you imagine handing that out at the tables to people at the wedding do? Here's the prune juice. Oh dear. So, 40 back. Remember when this came into Sainsbury's and it wasn't supposed to be in Sainsbury's? If you're in supermarkets or worked in supermarkets, sometimes beers will show up that you don't sell. So they'll reduce them down. And I got a load of these, 50p each. Good to hear, Adam. Wanders on the stouts. See, my wife, she's got hollow legs. She'll drink and she'll be bloody sober. Me, I'm fucking battered. 2 cans of Northern Monk Transient. 11% cloud water. Yeah, posh you are. What's that? I got what? I bet you did, mate. Good evening, Carl. Yeah, you can't beat a good bollocking, can you? I mean, we're going out this, supposed to be going out this Saturday. We're supposed to be going out this Saturday. And my legs are just short. She's away for work tonight. Hey, get drunk tonight, eh? I'll vote you. Butty back, yeah, the beer's a good beer. Good traditional beer. I'm not changing the glass, so let me just pour that bad boy out. I've got about 20 glasses in front of me that need washing. Yeah, I'm a lazy bleeder who just goes around going from one glass to another. Butty back in Barry. Oh, so you're not far away from Simon then, in Barry. Yeah, there's that. Are you going out on the piss with the Blue Van Man? Blue Van Man, or are you doing a live pistol? That'll be fun. What's the team he supports anyway? Is it Leicester? Yeah. Tell him Wraggy says it was a good match against Leicester. 6 mile morning walk. I could go on a rant, but you get yourself banned off YouTube. I did a beer review last night, and I got a bit emotional about the war in Ukraine, and YouTube haven't flagged me yet. Not yet, anyway. Down for the wedding. Oh yeah, when is it you're getting married, mate? And congratulations. Well, you're both lovely. He's a Leicester fan. Yeah, they came to Forest, got battered. Sorted them out. Never forgiven for taking Wes Morgan offers, although at the time Forest were in desperate straits, a bit like Derby are, but Derby aren't admitting it. We were in desperate straits for money and had to sell all our players. And Wes Morgan went to them, and cracking player, you know, he'd have stayed at Forest, had the need, not arisen for us to sell players. I'm surprised Derby aren't selling their players. I don't know how they're getting away with it. Surely you sell your players, you lower your wage bill, and that money goes back into the club to get you out of administration. Or am I being silly? Or the no Derby players worth buying? Maybe that's the reason. Dickheads trolling. Yeah, I had that thought by. Yeah, I found out dickheads trolling me was actually some young kids talking about. Can you believe it? Hey, cheers, mate. Oh yeah, I love beer. We need a beer, don't we? Hey, back to work, mate. See you later. Yeah, we all need a beer, don't we? To de-stress from the news. Watching the news, it's heartbreaking. And you know, karma comes around to countries like Russia and that. But yeah, they love a beer. There's some amazing bits. It's a great time to be a beer drinker because they had a year off, a good year or so off. Southampton, where are they now? Are they in the Premiership still? God, I don't really know about what Forest are doing. I haven't watched any team. I used to watch all the Champions League matches. I don't even watch any of them these days. And I used to love watching the English teams in the Champions League, just for the fact that we're beating the European team. But I've done that for a year or two. And it all started since I've been had a real bad anxiety. It's strange, isn't it? How you change. Twitter as well. Ugh, you dickheads. You do, you know. Um, it's funny that when I was doing lives, yeah, the best thing was just ignore, you know, laugh at them because, like little children, young kids, teenagers, the more you fucking feed their idiots, the more they do it. So just by having somebody there to watch the comments and just ban, 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 and then you can always report them. Steak and Maggie Stilton chips. Ooh. Do you know? I've got some Stilton up the ass. The wife's out. We've got steak up the ass. So I mean, I'll tell you now, Stilton over chips. Just get your old get your cheese grater, bash a bit over the chips, quick under the under your toaster, just for a minute or so. Wow. Yeah, it does, mate. When I had it, when the channel was really, really doing well on the lives, when I was getting like 60 odd people at one time, and it was crazy. But it did bring the idiots as well. And that's why I made all the people that I know that are decent, all of them into mods, and it kind of killed it altogether. Moldy cheese and shit, dirty fries. Ugh. Yeah, not dirty when it's got Stilton on. Proper good stuff, Stilton. I do like I like to get Stilton and chicken fillets as well. Chuck the chicken fillet into a frying pan, slow heat, chuck the Stilton in as well, and just keep moving them around. And the taste of the chicken breast fillet, wow, beautiful. I haven't even touched the mods for about a year, mate. Yeah, because it's obviously I stopped doing the lives at one stage. So and these days nobody really comes on and starts acting the cunt anyway. And I try to ignore them. Try. It's not easy. You know, if someone's posting something, you're like, fuck off. And good on, Steve. Get yourself an impy, mate. Yeah, a big 11%er. I've got some Wraggys triple IPA. You want some of that, damn you? Oh, that'll make you jump. Yeah. Although, make sure you've got a trampoline below you if you do any jumping, you know, or at least a soft landing at the bottom of the stairs. But we've all done silly things when we've had a beer. Oh, dear, oh dear. Watching since the first line, mate. I'm definitely going to do for the 3,000 whenever I get to 3,000 subscribers. Because Scott's getting on my tits because he keeps fucking going further ahead of me. There was a stage where I was about 10 behind Scott, and then all of a sudden he's fucking gone up again. He's 70 in front, and I'm thinking, you fucker. And but when I get to 3,000, if you never know, in the grand scheme, you never know. But if I was to get to 3,000, I'm going to do that 75% there. That'll be absolutely laugh. Summer. You was jumping this morning. What sort of jumping? Yeah. It's all about ignoring them, isn't it? Good evening, Mr. Shark. How are we? Yeah, they were some dark times. They were. God, do you know? Every day I went to work, dreading going to work. Absolutely dreading it, mate. So, for those watching, SBG is also doing beer reviews shorts. And you know, at one stage, short beer reviews, I got from, was it Strongbow? I did a beer review in the pub because you know how you are. You're in a pub and you don't give a shit. And I did a Strongbow beer review in the pub. And it was an okay beer review, nothing special. And what can you say about Strongbow? And it got like 30,000 hits on Strongbow and like 1,000 likes. So obviously somebody, you know, I think it just when it went on, it just kept going and going and going. Or he's into a bedroom. That's all I know. Tag a Canadian trucker or I don't even know who Joe Rogan is. Before you say Derby of Relegate. Yeah, some bits. To be fair, lagers and ciders in general, a short beer review is perfect for them. Under 1 minute beer review. It's killer, isn't it? That certain. And do you find for those people that do beer reviews or YouTube that you do a fantastic beer review and you know you've nailed it, you've talked brilliantly, you haven't swore, and which is my Achilles heel, swearing, or you haven't put politics into it or anything else. Done a fantastic beer review, and it gets shit fucking views, and then you do like me, Strongbow, 33,000, and it's like. And it's YouTube is strange. Their algorithms are absolutely It's hard to make it 60 seconds. Are you sure? God, I could talk all day about beers. I could. Certain beers, anyway. But then again, I can talk all day as it is. You know, when you work on your own all day, getting in front of the phone and talking, it's my way of actually getting a bit of life out of me. 742 with 15 subscribers. It is mental, isn't it? Ah, Mark, just clicked on. I need to watch your video where you was calling out a certain person. Yes, I did see it flag up, and I meant to watch it. Like you know, just yeah. 1 minute it's in my brain, then it's out of my brain, and I totally forget, and then it's all back in my brain. Then, yeah, I need to watch that. Yeah, can I have 1,000 likes? No need for that. I don't agree with that anyway. I don't really care who likes, who doesn't. It's balmy, isn't it, Shark? It is. You do a video and you do an amazing video and you get shit views. And then you do some fucking random thing and you get loads. And earlier on, I was at work earlier. So for those who come in recently and who want it at the beginning, I was at work. It was 5 to 3 and I was killing the minute. I thought, I'll go around and check the bins, see if they've been emptied. Went round to check the bins and yeah, went round to check the bins. All of a sudden, I'm there looking at the bins. I'm all in grey with me hat on because it's pissing down. Next minute, armed police, you're in the grey. I'm like, the fuck? I looked over and thought, what's he fucking on with? Armed police. I'm in the middle of the countryside at my workplace. Armed fucking police. And I looked at him, I thought, oh, fuck off. And I carried walking away. He looks back, there's 6 of them, all with guns, and I'm thinking, shit. I hope they don't think I'm in there, because what next door at the farm, they have these like training sessions for the armed police. And when that happened, I told my boss and he pissed himself laughing. What peer reviews in the kitchen? Yeah, I've done good. Yeah, I've done the odd peer review in the kitchen. Yeah. Most of them are really exciting as well. Yeah. And to be fair, I've not done a pissed up beer review for a long time. So how good I'm getting better. Yeah. I mean, there was a time when I was doing drunk beer reviews all the time. Good evening, Chris. How are we? Yeah, there was a time when I was doing a lot of drunk beer reviews. It's a bad idea to go down at 11 or 12 o'clock at night and do a beer review. And you're there and, oh, dear, staring at the camera. Can't even remember doing it. Next day, I look at it. Oh, Jesus Christ, how embarrassing am I? And, yeah, all good fun. On the roof. Yeah. It is funny. YouTube is dead weird. And, I mean, I've got somebody in Nottingham near me called Lad Baby. And he's on something, I think he's on like 1 million subscribers. I'm not joking. He's got a horrendous amount of subscribers. And all they do is film him and his wife messing about. And, you know, I think it might be 1.5 million subscribers. It's like, what is this YouTube about? I mean, I don't find any of it interesting whatsoever. But I suppose we all, you know, it's a strange one, isn't it? Good evening. Been watching on Sky Glass. We need to sort out our internet out. Virgin's gone crap recently, and it's getting bloody expensive. The drunk spirit ones. Which ones are they? Can't remember that. Which ones were the drunk spirit ones? I need to go back in time and have a nosy. Yeah, it's been a long while since I've done a drunk review. I get a bollocking every time I get a bollocking every time I drink too much these days anyway. So kind of don't drink that much these days. Yeah, my liver's thanking me. Yeah, well, for the most part. Yeah, sneaky beers. No, you got to keep off the sneaky beers, haven't you? Switch from BT to Sky. Right, yeah. A vodka one. Good evening, Andy. We watched the Tricky Trees. Way. Forest are doing so well at the moment. We're playing Huddersfield. Is it next week? March 7th. Good evening, Max. And, I really wish we could get in the Premiership. Will we do well in the Premiership with this team? Well, we took two teams out. Took both Leicester and Arsenal out. And that was their... Well, I don't know about Arsenal. I don't even know that team anymore. But we took Leicester out and we actually gave them a good thumping, to be fair. But they're dirty fans. Like kicking in pubs with kids in the pub. Disgusting. Disgusting. I'm glad we won because that sort of shit doesn't need to happen in this spring. Banter is one for sure. But good banter's it's what makes, calling each other's all the cunts under the sun. Can you do that at football these days? I mean, I remember being at football matches and the referee's a wanker. You fat bastard. Now, can you do that these days? And lots of other words as well. What position in the league? 7th or 8th, I think. But we was in the relegation zone. 7 or 8 games into the season, we'd lost every game under Chris Hughton. And we're doing well now. I mean, we're against Huddersfield. Is it the 5th or 6th round? I don't know. At the FA Cup. Took out Arsenal and Leicester. So, are we going to go much further? Don't know. I'd like to see us beat Huddersfield, obviously. Infringes their human rights. Yeah, for fuck's sakes. Everyone's a snowflake. It is cold. It is cold at the moment. Chucking it down with rain again. Although this time last year we've not had rain. We went for a stage of 2 or 3 months with no rain. So it's good. The rain is good as long as it calms it down a bit. So it's good to do the lives, especially when it's a decent crew in as well, because it's nice to be able to chat. And virtual chatting, you can't take it away. This is where beer reviewers are some of the best, because beer reviewing, and people who drink beer chatting, and conversations go from one thing to another, and it is amazing. Yeah. Yeah. I'll be honest, my wife's number one in the house. Yeah. Although I've only let her get that position because it's easy going. You know what I mean? I think Forest will be in the playoffs at the end of the season. I'd love them to go even further. Good evening, Mr. Bowman. How are you, matey? Who's the bloke with you in that photo from earlier today? There's a younger you and some bloke. Someone says he's Simo. I don't know who Simo is. Good evening, Brett. How are you? Yeah, fucking hell. Armed police. I mean, really. And I looked over and I thought, it's fucking 5 to 3. You can fuck off. I'm going home. And could you imagine if they actually jumped over the fence and loads of them, and because they were doing what do you call it? Like a practice, storming a farmyard, and they were storming a farmyard, and obviously I've been there before when they've done it, and we've been watching through the fence and thought, first time I seen them do it, I thought, what's this? What's going off here? Oh, the Carlisle manager. Sometimes the right manager can get a team. You know, for us, obviously Cooper has been amazing for us, but dare I say it, Billy Davis back in the day was a good manager for Forest. He did. He certainly rivaled Derby up. Although I can see Derby either getting kicked out of the league at this stage. It's a shame, really, because no team. You don't want to lose any team. When there's a rivalry, there's a rivalry, but you don't want to lose teams. To be fair, let's hope he does the trick for you, mate. You know, it's not easy being a football fan, especially when you're going every week. I can't afford to be a football fan in that respect. 400-500 quid on a season ticket. It's not, it's hard to find. I thought Hooton would be good for us, but yeah, he did nothing. He won't play certain players, and to be honest, he just didn't have a clue. And the same players at Forest now, same players as what Hooton had, and look at us now. Yeah, there's lots of great beer reviewers out there. They're all good lads. They all do. Everyone's beer reviews are slightly different, which is good as well. All quite unique in our own way. Your panini stick. So I didn't even say what this was. So it's God say it's only 4.5%. It's rocking me. Just goes to show you when you're not well, our weak beer, and I do mean it's weak. Put me magnifying glass down somewhere. Can't find it. Fucking hell. That's rich, isn't it? Put your magnifying glass down. You can't find your magnifying glass. Hey? Oh, that's why. The hat's on it. Yeah. So yeah, 4.5% this. And for those watching, this is what I'm drinking. Very in-depth beer reviews. What is that like? This tastes fucking lovely. Sometimes that's all people need to know. Get Specsavers. It's this light. The light's beaming at me, so I show up all right. But when you're on this side, you can't see the bloody bottle. When I'm outside, I can read the bottle. I thought there was somebody who did Stella beer reviews. Stella. So anyway, Buttyback is a Welsh term for little friend. And this Moorish bottle conditioned brew certainly has made a few friends in its time. Crafted from fine ingredients including extra pale Maris Otter, malted barley. Butty is burnished, gold in colour, and boasts a smooth, satisfying taste. Fair play, it is satisfying. Effing sports, Spurs supporter. Do you know? I like Spurs as a club, but I'll never forgive Gascoigne and that fucking referee on that FA Cup final when we played you. Gascoigne did a dirty tackle on Gary Charles. It was an immediate sending off. He got away with it for whatever reason. Gary Charles was injured. He should have been sent off. That would have changed the whole match. And then he went off in the end. Did he go off injured in the end himself? But yeah, one. But over the years, I mean, at the moment, I think Spurs have got a great team. I mean, I don't know where you are in the league. I know your manager is these days, but yeah, you've got a great team of players, as far as I remember, at least. Yeah, Spurs were lucky that day. Off to Oldham this weekend. Check some breweries out as well while you're down there. Hey, you've got to, haven't you? If you're going down to a new town or city, you've got to be checking the breweries out as well, haven't you? Do a little, a couple of brewery beer reviews and that. Good for the channel as well. Do a couple of short beer reviews even. Yeah, I reckon Forest would have won that day, and it's been for dirty tackles and shit referees. But then again, I'm a Forest fan, so you would think that, wouldn't you? If you're a fan of your club, you're a fan of your club. But it was dirty. Oldham. Where the hell's Oldham anyway? Is it down south? I have no idea. Outstanding Brewery. Is that the name of the brewery? Hey, you do noodle reviews. I just don't be spank Huddersfield on Monday. Might have to watch that live and do a live watching. And especially if we win, I'll give out Lord's Brewing Company a couple of nudges. Just tag them in. If we lose, I won't say it, obviously. Keep quiet. Fierce Taproom in Manchester. Also, Oldham's. It's between Manchester and Bolton. Okay, I know where it is. Yeah. It would have been the full house of trophies. Yeah. I mean, what he did for Nottingham Forest, was amazing. And back-to-back European Cups. And that was European Cup when it was a knockout cup instead of like today when it's a Champions League, where it's actually easier to win. You can lose two and still go through. You'll catch Stella. Oh, so, gotta say, going down a tree, it's helping me cold. Why is it with colds? Banter is what makes the world go round, isn't it? You know, when I don't do review. I don't do the. A lot of people do the clicking on the links and stuff. I try and follow the comments as they're going down. Why? Because I've been on beer reviews before, and when people are doing lives, and I've commented, and half an hour later they've got around to it, and I'm like, oh, no, no point me saying no because it's just too far. Obviously, everyone does what they do, and in the way they do it. You love garlic? I like garlic. Yeah, garlic mushrooms. Oh, to die for. Cook your mushrooms in the pan. Chuck some garlic butter in. Keep cooking them. Steak. Get some chips. Grate a bit of Stilton over the chip. Oh dear. Yeah, Forest wasn't really much when he came to Forest. Took us from Division 2 to Division 1, i.e. Championship to Premiership. And bloody hell, those years. Went up, won the Division 1, won the League Cup, back-to-back European Cups, 2 out of 3 League Cup finals, won 2 of them. Breaded garlic mushroom. Oh, I'm starved as well. It's not up in my stomach. Why am I not charging? Stupid phone. Go. 24%. Should be on 24%. Oh, it's actually charging now. Hey. Up the blades. Hey. Isn't what's his face a Sheffield United fan? Him who was in Lord of the Rings that got killed. I can't remember his bloody name now. I'd like more Midlands clubs in the Prem. Yeah, it's far too much bloody arse. London and Manchester at the moment. But you're right, without Big Sean Bean. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. In that tea advert where he where he does his thing. Oh dear. He went to the same school. Fair play. Boromir in Lord of the Rings. Forest beat Leeds about 7-3 the other year. He's 30-year old in that. Sharp as well. Yeah, I remember that. Barry's a Sheffield United fan. I didn't know that. Hey, so well, no one's come down the shed, so I presume my son's got home okay. And bloody kids. Good evening, Darren. Yeah, chucking it down, mate. Bloody weather. We do need the rain, funnily enough. It'd be great to have you in the same league as Forest. Hey, just imagine you come into the City Ground. I'd pop down for that. Brilliant, Barry. Just to prison for killing someone drink driving. Yeah, it's not great. It's not great in Nottingham. It's been a wet, cold day. I've defeated the last of my tasks. I had this bank that's about 70 meters long, I'd say. 50 to 70 meters, I don't know. And it's about 3 meters high in places. And I've defeated it now. And what a cracking day. Albeit pissy fucking wet. Yeah. Fuck the walk. Stay in the ass. Keep warm. Gary Birtles, he was a good player for Forest. I was coming to the wedding. Oh, fair play. Good to see these people there, mate, with you. We hadn't even sorted out who even the proper numbers, really, for our wedding vows. The moment we've got about 80, but I remember the years when I was not very well. And all the certain friends that I had all disappearing. And it's like, F you, you know. I've got more friends online than I have anywhere else. Asvex, Benjamin. His beers are really nice. Come down to Southampton. It's a long trek, down there. Jesus Christ. Portsmouth, isn't it? Not Southampton. It's a long trek. Although, mate, there's a fantastic. Is it Nisa in Romsley? I don't know. But there's a fantastic beer shop down there. Raggy Drag. But yeah, fantastic beer shop down there. Romsey. But yeah, I went in. £100 later, come out. But I was nearly £100. It's in the post. Drinking Titanic Plum Porter, fantastic beer. If you can get the Great Romsey, that's it. Yeah. It is legendary. Yeah. The bloke in there was such a nice bloke, the Asian bloke. So nice. And I'm looking at the beers, and I looked in the fridge, and I'm thinking, what's Scotland about with these beers? Yeah, there's a range, not more. So now I looked on the shelf, and I'm like, now look at these. I want the Asvex, one of their Imperial Stouts, and the glass, the Teku glass. I'll get one of these fucking Teku glasses one day. Cranbourne Poacher should be in Sainsbury's. Yeah, it should be in Sainsbury's. I'm not so sure about Tesco's these days. I'm not so sure about Morrison's, but certainly Sainsbury's should have it. A big Sainsbury's should. I know. I do drink too fast at times. Wild Sky Brewing. So many breweries in the UK. So I read an article the other day that says that the amount of breweries has gone up from something daft like say 500 breweries to something daft like 2,500 brewers. I may be slightly wrong on the numbers, but it's very something like that. Not at Morrison's here. Yeah, Sainsbury's might be the better place. Yeah, for Cranbourne Poacher. Cranbourne Poacher is an amazing beer. I always remember it was Poacher's Choice. I think Poacher's Choice is actually a better name. I don't really get this Cranbourne Poacher business. Right, let me have a quick waz, and I'll be back in about 2 minutes, or less than 2 minutes. I'll stop down the beer room all night. It's warmer in it, but it's in my ass. Good evening. For a piss in the garden. No, I went up the house. I don't do pisses in the garden anymore. Got a bollocking for that. I've not tried the filtered Stella. Apparently that's really nice, apparently. See you later, Max. Enjoy the game. Oh, God, I hope so. B&Q. Ooh. Oh. Auto GP this weekend. Not really a fan of that, to be honest. I'm certain. Good evening, Thomas. Got to water those plants. I didn't water the plant. I went up the house. It is too cold. You're damn right. Boss walked in, off to make dinner. I'm not the only one. Yeah, I don't do pissing at the back of the tap room anymore. Yeah. Certainly not on camera, I don't. So I really enjoyed that. Lovely sweet taste to it. Yeah, I bet it is, Adam. It's like all the beers, isn't it? You know, where they're made, it's a lot better. At my workplace, we've got this system called Draft Master. And I've still got some of the kegs in the other shed. And I was looking at the list of beers they do on this Draft Master system today. And oh my God, some stunning beers. Belgian beers, French. And it's like, wow. And all we've got's bloody Angelo Peretti, which is shit. Not even out of breath. Tesco Home Lager. Stella Blue. Yeah, I've not even seen Stella Blue before. Any more plum wine? I'd love to make a proper plum wine. Or do you mean prune wine? Yeah, I'd love to make a plum wine. Yeah. I don't know about plum. Yeah. I mean, I've tried to make plum wine from prunes. You know, prunes being dried plums. Eh? The logic was dried plums equals prune wine. Plum wine. Did it not? No, it meant prune wine. Yeah. How did I know about it? So, on the Wraggys triple IPA. Oh, look at that. Is it triple IPA? No, it isn't. It's the Belgian beer that I've got. 7.4% public, I think. Stella Unfiltered's a great beer. Yeah, was it you the other day? Said, I know somebody said it the other day. Apparently, it's great. I will have to try it, to be fair. So yeah, this is the Belgian beer that I brewed, the Dubel. I think it's a Dubel anyway. 7.4%, and it looks nice and it tastes amazing. You'd be hammered. Yeah, well, hopefully not. Hopefully I won't be. Wife's home for about 7:15, so I need to knock off about 6:30 and sober up. you'd be surprised that 4% beers can give you a thumping. I think when you've got a cold as well, that beers do go to your head quicker, more quicker. I find it has got that lovely Belgian aroma to it, like your Duvel type aroma. It's the ABV. I try not to get out of these. Plus, I've got work tomorrow as well, so can't get too hammered. I've got a 15-mile drive first thing in the morning, so yeah, can't be drinking too much on a work. Although I'm going to work tomorrow, it's Friday, all good. Not at work, yay, sit in the house, chill. And then Saturday working. Go get your holidays, and you know, you either book them or lose them. And I'm not losing holidays. I work hard enough all year not to lose holidays. In some ways, if they'd have paid me for, that'd have been interesting. Especially with this. I think we have to, you know, you sometimes have to be honest with yourself. Like PTSD, yeah, anxiety, stress, getting help. Sometimes you know, you think you can make yourself better, but sometimes you just need that help. It's the community on here that make it for me. So obviously I'm on my own at work, and you know when you're on your own, you know you can get dragged down. A negative thought can send you on a downward spiral. And even though, you know, if I step back, my job's a great job. I'm doing great work. I've battled and I've defeated both sides. In fact, tomorrow I've got about half a day's work, and I've defeated both my major projects at both sides. And now, hopefully, I'm gonna, you know, and it's all positive stuff. But even so, I still am. My brain, for some reason, still has this bloody negativity inside. Crap in it. Laughing, smiling. You know, do you know sometimes watching funny things and laughing helps so much. I watch all the chase and the outtakes, and they are so Bradley's so flipping funny. And you know when he cocks it up and he just can't stop laughing, and you watch that, and it just, you know, just have a bit of a laugh every now and again. Watching things like that and laughing, it helps so much. You know, we all struggle now and again, and just by doing that sort of thing and having a good laugh, what it means. Year 11, cutting the bolt with a tenon saw. Yeah, talk about cutting stuff. I've screwed through my fence in the garden. I bought the bolt croppers home tonight to cut off the screws. Bloody bolt croppers can't get anywhere near the screws, so I'm gonna have to hacksaw the bleeding screws off where they come through the fence. Yeah, there's a lot of screws, so the screws might actually leave. I might actually leave the screws in. Sod it. Just tell the grandkids not to go anywhere near the fence. That's the best. That's the best plan. I'll go with that. Yeah. And if anybody comes in my garden overnight and tries to rob the garden or rob my house and gets caught on the fence, then yeah, it's tough, isn't it? So, nice bit of homebrew Belgian beer. Certainly going down nicely. 7.4% from the Festival Wild kit, I think it was, Belgian Duvel. And it's supposed to have rich fruit, plummy flavours to it. And it's a nice beer. Certainly it's the spot. Off for a refill. Right there. And, you know, Thursday tomorrow, does anybody else feel like these weeks are flying by? It's just been crazy. Already we're into March. Wow. And I'm looking forward to the autumn theme park season. Start going in on some, you know, if you do suffer of stress and anxiety and that sort of thing, and mental health issues, go into a theme park, go in on the biggest rides, and you know, trapping yourself in time. It's all good because it takes your mind off the stuff that plagues you. And my son now, my youngest, he's in that. There's Mater. But yeah, my son, he's bigger than 1.4 meters now, which means that none of the rides at Alton Towers are out of his range, and that's great for us because we're not queuing twice. You know, doing the father and parent swap, which is shit anyway. No one likes queuing, and then having to re-queue, just boring. And so we're going to get the tickets. Mental health's massive, isn't it? COVID's not helped matters, not helped by a long way. Don't like the gold label in the can. Yeah, they've lowered the ABV. I'm sure it was 9%. Used to be 7.5%. Yeah, I thought it was 9% back in the day. I was looking at the Draft Master earlier, and these beers we can have at my workplace, and they had Carlsberg Special Brew, and that used to be 9%, and I think it's gone down to 7% now. It's shit at 7%. Much better at 9. Don't like it when they mess about with beers. I'd rather they leave beers to their original gravity, and you just pay the extra. You know, if you pay more, then you appreciate paying more. In these days of craft beers, where you pay some ridiculous money for beers, I mean, I paid a tenner for flipping 2/3 of a beer. I did in one tenner. Yeah, got 3 beers, 25 quid, and I'm thinking, fucking hell. That's the last time I'm buying a brewer in beer. Yeah, on my friend. Oh, bless her. You know, the women know when you're struggling. Grain brewing mater. Now, here's an interesting thing. Brew Day Supplies near me, they told me of a thing called a PIFCO, and you'd have to Google it. And it's about 110 quid. Basically, it's a boiler with a thermostat on, which for grain brewing is essential. But then you go down the brewing a bag route, BIAB, and you can do grain brewing that way. Obviously, with your supplements, with your plastic stuff as well for fermentation. But that's the way I'm thinking of going. So I can do grain brewing, but do it on the cheap. I'm not paying silly money. Um, don't feel the need to do that, where they've got all these dials and they can control it by Wi-Fi. Why even bother? There's no need for it. Home brewing these days, Love Brewing's got some amazing kits. Like the Imperial Stout's just out of this world. And it's 40 quid. Yeah, so you're paying £1 a pint. But well, Bramble wine, I fucking hate brambles. Yeah. I've had a year and a half of battling bramble. I hate them. But yeah, fair play. Um, brambles and that. I absolutely hate the pair of them. Yes. They're going to get weed killed to hell this year. So, absolutely lovely in the shed. Best beer for homebrew. Depends what you like, really. If you're not worried, if you don't want to go big on ABV, the St. Peter's kits are stunning. Yeah, all 4 of them. Was it fun? Ruby Red, Golden Ale, uh, honey porter, cream stout. Oh, bloody hell. The Bulldog Brews beer kits are also Ruby Red, yeah, are also amazing. And obviously anything from Love Brewing. I mean, Evil Dog, sorry, I've got Evil Dog in the background, and I made it a triple IPA, but even without added sugar, it can turn into an 8 or even 9% beer. There are some amazing homebrew beers out there. If you like a drink, but you're conscious of your budget, home brewing is great. Plus, you can play around with the Bulldog kits, like Evil Dog. You don't have to use their hops. You can get different hops to make a totally different beer because the hops give it the flavour, obviously. And you can, change the hops that come with it, put Sabro in or something like that, and it's really interesting how you can play with it. Home brewing salt. I mean, I'm not gonna go down the full route of grain brewing. One, money, but certainly getting into the brewing the back, that sounds interesting to me. Uh, going forward. And my birthday's coming up soon in June, so the wife can buy me a birthday present, and it's only £100, so that's a fair birthday present. Doing a Cerveza. Yeah, Wilco's kits are decent for Cervezas. Yeah. My mate, he did the Wilco's Cerveza kit and he added lime to it. So obviously, like Corona, where you add lime to Corona, that's what he did. Bloody hell, it was strong. Jesus Christ. I was battered. There's a review, obviously on the site, and I was steaming reviewing that. Too right sharp. Yeah. Creativity is key, isn't it? I've got my Imperial Stout in the your Cerveza kit fail. Barley wine, 8.5%. Um, yeah, the Cerveza kits. I mean, I'm looking to get 2 more kits soon. I'm looking to redo the barley wine again from Love Brewery, and I want to get a different kit, maybe even a wine kit, to be honest. But I love with brewing what you can do. Local to me, they're brought out grain kits, where you can actually do a commercial beer, albeit local to me. And it's interesting, especially if it's a decent beer, you don't mind paying for it. Elderflower Champagne. Yeah, I've brewed the Imperial Red, Adam. I brewed it and then it played up. I brewed it down the shed, then the temperature dropped, it stopped. I had to take it up the house, and I don't think it ever really properly fermented out. A little bit sugary. Tasted good, so maybe I'll give the Imperial Red another shout, and see if it actually goes well. Elderflower champagne, easiest thing to brew in the world. Get the elderflower flowers, 6 kilos of sugar, 24 litres, in a 24 litre. You don't need to add yeast, but if you put a bit more yeast in, it all gets rid of the sugar, and it brews anything up to 20% and above. And the longer you leave it, it tastes like a sherry at first. The longer you leave it, it goes sparkly, and yeah, absolutely banging. Chilton Croft Beer, Bedfordshire, posh area that is, Bedfordshire. Isn't that where is it Legoland? Bedfordshire. I'm sure when I was at Legoland, I was in Bedfordshire. Look that. I know where Blackpool, Skegness, and Nottingham are, and Manchester. I think stove brewing is definitely the way, isn't it? You know, if you can control your temperatures. I'm only going down the Pifco route, so it makes it a bit easier for me to prepare. But and I don't think my cooker would hold a big pan. We did have a big pan at one stage. I don't know where it's gone. Yeah, we did have one. Chilton Beers. Is Harry still doing his lives? Because I've not seen it for weeks, unless YouTube is playing up. I've not seen anything flag up. I've seen Craig's a couple of beer reviews flag up. I've seen Harry's reviews flag up. I've not seen any lives, unless he's busy, obviously, at work. You know, work does take precedence, doesn't it? What pays the bill? Parsnip wine. It's different. Yeah. I mean, I've had a nettle beer before, but I'm fucking have one again. Can't stand them. Yeah. I've been battling with nettles all week. Parsnip wine. Right. I better go back up the house. Well, one, before I'm too drunk, and two, before I get a bollocking. And the wife's saying, yeah, I thought he might be busy at work. Big brewer. One of these days I'll get some of his beers for review. Roast chicken on a Sunday. Ooh. Yeah, that's the one thing we ain't got in this house. We ain't got a big pan. We used to have one, but I don't know where. One of these days, I'll go down the grain room. Gotta do it. Tune in sober. Oh, fair play, mate. Anyway, thank you for everyone joining in tonight. It's been a great one. Been a nice chat. I'll go back up the house, see the wife and kids, get a bollocking probably, and try not to look drunk. And, although to be fair, I've only had 4% and a small glass of the old 7.4. But you never know how it is. Yeah. I might be doing a beer review later tonight. Got to, ain't you? It's always a good one. And cheers, everyone. Thank you for joining in. See you later.